My favorite series of World War II is definitively Band of Brothers. And in this video, I will try to replicate a famous building that appears on episode 3, Quarantine. So the first step was to cut part of the wall of the building structures. I will glue it with some, you can use PVA glue or whatever. And just for your information, guys, if you want to download the exact blueprint of this building that I did, you can go to the description below, or you can go onto my Patreon page. It's free to join my page, and you can download the blueprint from there. If not, just go on the description under the video. This project, what I'm trying to achieve is basically replicate the exact way that we see on the Band of Brothers TV series. It's not something out of nowhere. I'm just trying to 100% replicate everything from the TV series. It's not something that I do often. Normally I do some creative thing and things like that. It could be super creative because I have to do the exact replicate of the building, all the windows, the doors, and even the roof. And like I said, with the blueprint, you can follow along and try to do the same thing, or you can use it as a project for you guys later. I'm always trying to give you the best that I can, and this one, like I said, it took me time to build it the way it should be. And I just want you to basically use it for yourself, and honestly, just enjoy this wonderful hobby. For me, scale modeling, it's probably one of the best way of remove me from the stress of I would say the day-to-day of working, taking care of the family and different things like that. So that's my go-to, and I hope you enjoy this blueprint for you guys. So I just glue all the windows and everything like that. Again, if you use the blueprint, you're gonna have all the different window size and all the thing that you need. I'm just gonna assemble the window shutter. There's two parts of the shutter. There's the bottom part, and there also for the windows upstairs, there's also some shutters that we will work on a little bit later. To assemble the windows and door frame and everything like that, I'm using tacky glue. It's a little bit more sticky than regular PVA glue because the water consistency of the tacky glue is a little bit less. So this way it's gonna dry easier and faster, and also it's gonna be more sticky and more rubbery than the regular PVA glue. So if you follow the blueprint, you're gonna have to basically assemble everything like I do in this video. It's super easy, the plan is super precise. You're gonna have a lot of fun, and instead of basically doing like for 4 or 5 months or even weeks on just to figure it out the way to build your basically build the building replica. Like I said, with this plan, you just follow and everything will be done for you guys. You just have to basically cut. You can use cardboard, you can use piece of basswood, or even like I said, some rigid cardboard will do the trick. For the building facade, I'm gonna use tile grout. This way, it's gonna be a lot easier to mimic some stucco texture. I'm just mixing with water and also some gray paint. You can use any paint. It's not really matter at this point because we're gonna do a lot of different things later with the stippling method, by adding a lot more colors. The only thing important, you just apply with the regular paintbrush, and you're just gonna stipple with the sponge. This probably the easiest way to mimic the really stucco texture. It's super easy, and it's super fun to do. So that's the easiest way. Just apply with a regular paintbrush, and after that just stipple with a sponge or a piece of, this way this thing is not really a sponge, but it's something that I can use the stippling method with. Now we're gonna go to the roof. We're just gonna assemble all the roof tile. Again, if you use the template, you're gonna have all the roof tile, or you can basically do it yourself. It's super easy. I will put the link in the description below, and also on the top right corner if you want to see a video how to do your roof tile. The Band of Brothers series, for me, it's probably my go-to series. It's probably one of the series that I watch the most. I would say that, and probably, I don't know, Lord of the Rings or something like that. But as a World War II historian, I think that Band of Brothers is the must-see series on the World War II subject. So I'm just finishing assemble basically every part of the building. This is the side of the building. I'm just gonna add also some cracks to make it a little bit more realistic. Like I said, again, on the picture or the reference video on the series, you don't see the cracks and all the bullet hole and things like that. So that's basically up to my imagination to add some cracks and things like that. So just be creative, guy. It's the same way again. Just use your imagination to make sure that you're gonna add a little bit more details. To paint the roof, I'm just gonna basically use a black paint, and I'm mixing it with a little bit of water and also mud podge. This way I'm gonna make sure that my tile will be glued properly. By finishing assemble the chimney, I'm just gonna cut the piece that a little bit longer that it used to be. So for the base color, I'm using anthracite gray from Vallejo. It's basically our base color. You can basically use, if you have a gray primer, or if you have a gray and a black primer, just mix both of them to make kind of a gray color. It's going to be a lot easier a little bit later when we're adding some paint layers. I'm using my airbrush, but you can also use a paintbrush. It doesn't really matter, honestly. From now on, we're going to use the stippling method. The first color that we will apply all around our building is medium sea gray by AK Interactive. You can use also kind of a light gray color. I like the medium sea gray because it's kind of a bluish color. The second layer of stippling will be dark sand. It's a kind of a beige, I would say pale brown color. Again, it's only to add some more color, some more texture to your wall, and mimic the real color. The third layer will be brown gray by AK Interactive again. That's the first layer of stippling and painting all around our building. We're also gonna add some other layers a little bit later, but first we're gonna apply some kind of a chipping medium before we apply the second layer of stippling. like I said, we're just applying a chipping medium. I'm using Vallejo again. It's water-based, so the smell it doesn't smell anything. So it's a lot more comfortable for me to don't smell anything. So the other layer will use the same color with the medium sea gray, the dark sand, and the brown, gray brown to add on top of the chipping medium. This way, you will see a little bit later on the video. We're gonna do something with that. And the last layer that we'll add on top of our chipping medium is Dectan from Vallejo again. Just be gentle with the Dectan. Don't apply a large chunk of this color all around. It's only to make your color pop, so just be gentle with it. For the window frame, I'm using white gray from Vallejo. I'm not using pure white for the only reason that pure white, it's a little bit too shiny and things like that. So white gray for me is always, I would say 90% of the time I'm using white gray instead of pure white. Now we're just, with a sponge, we're just gonna apply some water, let it rest for a couple seconds, and we're gonna use a stiff paintbrush to basically remove some layers of paint. This way we're gonna mimic some wear and tear, and we're gonna start the weathering process. It's a really simple method. Just apply some water, and I'm using a smaller brush for the window frame. This way I'm just gonna remove some chips of paint around the window frame. Now I'm just gonna finish the sign. The sign is Café de Normandie in French, so Café de Normandie. I'm just gonna finish basically the box for the frame, and I'm also gonna paint the window shutter with the same white gray that we used a little bit earlier. So we're just gonna apply a white gray color on all of our window shutter. This way you're gonna be able to start the weathering process a little bit later. So I'm just gonna cut the excess styrene strip that I apply on the sign to do some kind of a frame all around our Café de Normandie sign. Now I'm using a clear tape just to basically stick to our window shutter and to remove some chips of paint. Instead of using medium this time, I'm just gonna use this clear tape, and also I'm gonna use gently a wire brush to again do some wear and tear to our window shutter. For the roof, I'm just gonna apply some gray color with a dry brush. So that's the base color, and also for the shutter on the bottom side of the window, I'm using cork brown, but you can also use like a flat brown color mixed with I would say a little bit of white or something a little bit paler. The sign, the first layer of our sign, again will be medium sea gray. It's not white, it's not pure gray. I'm just using this color because if you see on this video, there's kind of I would say a blue font to the Normandy, the Coffee of Normandy sign. So it's a little bit easier to do. I'm using drying retarder to paint all the letter. This way, if I do some kind of a mistake, it's gonna be a lot easier to remove everything. So drying retarder, it's probably something that you can have into your stash because, for example, if you're painting figures, the drying retarder is gonna be your friend, because If you're like me, you're not really good figure painter. I'm not really precise with a paintbrush. I'm not, like I said, I'm trying to get my craft a little bit better with time, but I'm not a good brush painter. So that's the Café of Normandie sign. We're just gonna apply again some washes. My favorite wash of all time is from Game Workshop, so Citadel paint, and it's the Nuln oil. This product is absolutely amazing. I'm using it all the time on everything. It's not too dark, it's really gentle. It's not gonna basically remove all your color. It's only gonna apply some kind of a weathering, but a subtle weathering all over the pieces or where you apply it. So in this case, I'm just gonna apply it on the window shutters. I'm just gonna basically apply everything. You will see a little bit later, I will apply it on the sign also. This way you're not gonna basically remove the white of the sign letter for the Café of Normandie. It's not too dark and it's absolutely amazing. So I'm continuing with some kind of a green dry brush for the windows tile. Now it's time to glue the sign to the structure facade. Basically, I'm using again tacky glue. It's a really nice glue, super cheap. It's kind of the same price as PVA glue, but to basically finish my letters, I'm just going to use AK pencil. It's basically paint pencil that you can shave and everything like that. You just apply a little bit of water, and it's a lot easier than using a paintbrush. If you don't want to miss and you're a poor painter like I am, it's a lot easier. Now it's time to apply and finish all the window shutter for the building facade. Again, all the shutter, I try to fix it the way that you see it on the picture or the video of the Band of Brothers movie, or not movie, but TV series. So I'm just trying to mimic the replica. Again, I'm using Nuln oil to finish my window shutter and to make it a little bit more interesting. So guys, this project honestly was a blast. I hope you like it. I hope you will build it yourself. And if you do, just send me some pictures. I just want to see your progress and I want to inspire you to do some creative things. So I hope you enjoyed this one and we'll see you in the next one.